There's been a lot of bad publicity surrounding Assassin's Creed Shadows pretty much since it was first announced and we got that trailer, which I have pulled up right here. And you can see the like to dislike ratio is pretty terrible for a major AAA studio like this. But it's not like a lot of this bad press has even died down for them either, because they also released this video less than 2 weeks ago. And you can see the like to dislike ratio is also pretty bad for it too. In fact, a lot of the backlash was so severe, Ubisoft felt it was necessary to come out and apologize for some of the decisions that they actually made for the game. Of course, they weren't really addressing some of the more egregious errors that they had in the game, and they're still including those. And now we got this other rumor coming out that says that the pre-order numbers for Assassin's Creed Shadows are basically non-existent for a company like Ubisoft. Rumor: Assassin's Creed Shadows pre-order less than 800 units from national chain with over 900 stores. A rumor claims that physical pre-orders for Ubisoft's upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows game are less than 800 from a national retail chain that has over 900 stores. Now keep in mind, this is talking about physical copies and not necessarily digital copies, because we all know a lot of people are playing games digitally these days and aren't necessarily buying physical media. But still, when you compare this number to the last Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed Mirage, that sold over 20,000 physical copies within its first week. So if this one is getting less than 800 within the same time frame, that's not a good sign. But let's continue. This rumor comes from Craig Skistimus, aka Stuttering Craig, who owns and hosts the Side Scrollers podcast. He wrote on X, "My insider told me that as of this morning at their nationwide big box chain, Assassin's Creed Shadows has less than 800 pre-orders combined for Xbox and PS5 company-wide." So if these numbers are anything close to what's being reported here, then this is an abysmal showing for Ubisoft, and they have to be panicking right now. But you also have to keep in mind these are rumors and we don't necessarily know how to verify them. Craig has also reported before, or at least this last week, I have an insider who works for a high-traffic game store in one of the most populated places in the US. They have 27 stores in that area, and there have been a total of 41 pre-orders of Star Wars Outlaw. 41. There was no hype for this game, and that seems to be playing out a little bit too, because on the PlayStation Store, the game base for Star Wars Outlaw is currently listed in the 6th position for pre-orders when sorted by the best-selling titles. And you would think with the game launching this week that there would actually be a lot more hype surrounding it, and this would be the number one for pre-orders, at least right now. But apparently, yeah, he was right about Star Wars Outlaws, and it just seems like no one is actually excited about this game. Then when you actually look at Assassin's Creed Shadows, the Assassin's Creed Shadows Ultimate Edition, which costs $129.99, sits in 22nd position on the list. The base game sits in the 31st position on the second page. So it looks like there may be some validity from what we've actually seen with hard numbers that are verifiable, that the pre-orders for Assassin's Creed Shadows are not looking too good. And this kind of goes against what Ubisoft or at least what has been previously reported, because in the past, it was actually said that the pre-orders for Assassin's Creed Shadows were actually pretty good. We have this article right here. Assassin's Creed Shadow pre-orders are looking very strong. No one in the know is disappointed with them. And now these are also rumors as well. But keep in mind the date of this article, May 18th, 2024. We'll come back to that because it'll be important. Assassin's Creed Shadows pre-orders are looking very strong. That's according to notable and often accurate leaker Tom Henderson, who claims that no one in the know at Ubisoft is disappointed with the number of pre-orders the highly anticipated action RPG has secured so far. Now, I think it's kind of funny that they're saying, like, we don't have anything to go off of. We're not giving you any numbers or any way to verify it, but the people at Ubisoft are actually happy about it, according to these rumors that came out last May, because something that also happened last May was when they had their earnings call for Ubisoft. And a lot of investors were kind of upset with them on the earnings call, because what they were actually projecting was kind of underperforming what industry analysts were saying that they should actually be at. And as a result, you can see the date of their earnings call right here, May 15th. And then immediately afterwards, you can see the value of their stock went pretty far down. And it recovered a little bit, but still it's kind of gone down. And it's kind of funny right now where you see stock is even lower right now, when they have a major launch this week, which indicates that a lot of investors aren't really confident in Ubisoft actually being able to make their money back for some of their bigger games that they have coming out, whether it's Star Wars Outlaws or Assassin's Creed Shadows. And I think this is also kind of spurred by the fact that we're seeing other games coming out right now that are trying to push an agenda like these two titles for Ubisoft are doing. Like Concord, for instance, that only reached a peak of 697 players. Dustborn, that reached less than 100 players at its peak. So it's really looking like a lot of investors are looking at what they're doing when it comes to Assassin's Creed Shadows and just kind of determining like, no, we're not going to take that risk. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to turn a profit if we actually invest in Ubisoft. And that's why they seem to pretty much abandon the company, all things considered. And it's looking more and more like these rumors that Assassin's Creed Shadows probably has little to no hype surrounding it, but it's still a couple months out before the release of it. So maybe things will actually turn around in the meantime. But right now it's looking like this is going to be a flop for Ubisoft. But let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Do you think these rumors might be accurate? Do you think they're just wrong? Or do you think the game will do just fine? Comment below. And if you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with the latest entertainment news. If you can, click that like button and share the video out there because it really helps out with the channel. Thank you.